Hello everyone! So I found that lately I have been using my computer and my phone a lot more, and this has actually caused a little bit of pain and tension in my neck. So today I thought I'd share some techniques and exercises to help you release any neck pain or tension that you might have as well. So we're going to have a block, and we're also going to use a set of tune-up balls. So these balls are designed specifically for myofascial release. But if you don't have a set of these at home, you can also use two tennis balls in a sock. So I want the two tennis balls to be quite close together. So try to tie your sock up quite tightly. And it's best to use tennis balls and not use like golf balls or lacrosse balls, because those are quite hard and they can actually injure our neck. Okay, let's begin.
Find a comfortable seat to begin. Maybe you're easy cross-legged or a kneeling position. And place the hands on your knees or on your lap. Close the eyes down. Take a few deep breaths here, in and out through the nose. Feeling the crown of the head reach up towards the sky. Both sides of the neck growing long. Scanning through, noticing how your body is feeling. Start to blink the eyes open, roll the shoulders back and down a few times. On the next inhale, bring your right arm up and bringing your right fingertips to your left temple, using the weight of your arm to help to draw your right ear down towards your right shoulder. So noticing if your chin tries to lift or dip down, just try to keep your head in center, so level. And instead of tugging your head down, again, really feeling your right arm relax and using the weight of the arm to draw your ear a little closer towards that shoulder. Feeling that lengthening through the left side of the neck. Repeating on the other side, so inhale to reach the arm up. Exhale to gently draw your left ear towards the left shoulder. Feeling the length through your right side of the neck this time. Keeping your fingertips light on your temple. Breathing into that side neck. Slowly come back through center. And this time we're drawing the chin towards the chest. Just making sure here you can still keep that deep breath so you're not closing off the airways. Just feel how the back of the neck starts to lengthen. You could just stay here. Otherwise, start to bring your head side to side, rolling it side to side like you're drawing a little semicircle with the crown of the head. But take it really slow. So draw some big, long strokes with the crown of your head. Noticing how this changes the stretch in the back of your neck. Noticing if your shoulders are moving. Can you keep your shoulders still or relatively still? So the movement is just coming from the neck, using the weight of the head to guide the movements. Keep breathing into the back of the neck. Eventually lifting the chin, the head back through center on your inhale, and then exhale to release. So this next position I've just turned to the side so you can see better. But we're interlacing the fingers behind the neck this time. Raising the head, lift the chin, and using the hands to support and lengthen the back of the neck so we're not just crunching down. Inhale here to breathe into the chest, into the throat, into the front of the neck. And on the exhale, just releasing here for a moment. So this time, inhale to lift your head and bring your elbows wide. On the exhale, we're going to tuck the chin in towards the chest. Draw your elbows together in front of your face, like you're trying to get your elbows to touch. Again, inhale to open your elbows, open the chest, lift the chin up. Exhale to draw your hands, your elbows in towards each other in front of your face. Let's do that one more time. Inhale to open your chest, lift the gaze. Exhale to draw the elbows together. Now this time we're going to repeat that movement. We're going to find more of a rounding through the spine. So inhale to open. Exhale to bring your elbows together. See if you can start to round the top of your spine. Maybe even curling down the spine like you're trying to point your elbows and get them to touch towards the mat. They might not come down. Just feeling that stretch through the top of the spine, through the base of the neck, that decompression. Breathe into any tightness there, coming as far down as you can without feeling pain. Then slowly inhale to roll back up. Open your elbows, open the chest, look forward or up. And again, exhale to draw your elbows in towards each other. Start to round through the back body. Bringing your elbows to point down. Curling the spine, the top of the spine down, one vertebrae at a time. Stopping when you feel tightness or any sort of pain. Just finding your edge. Slowly inhale to roll back up. Sitting all the way back up. Your chin, your head always comes up last. Then your elbows open. And let's do one more. Opening the chest, opening the elbows on the inhale. Exhale, chin towards chest, elbows in front of the face. Curling down. You can even feel the vertebrae rolling down one at a time. Breathe. Then slowly roll back up on your inhale. Open the elbows, open the chest. Full breath into the belly, into the chest. And an exhale to release. Maybe closing the eyes for a moment. Even rocking your head gently side to side. Noticing how your neck is feeling now. You could do the little semicircles with your head again, rolling out through the back of the neck again. Any sort of movement that comes naturally, but just being gentle. We'll come into a child's pose now. Closed-legged child's pose. So knees together, big toes touching behind you, forehead on the mat. You could use your block underneath your head if your hips come up quite high. And then let your shoulders and arms round forward. Head completely heavy, neck relaxed. Rocking side to side here. Finding a rounding through the spine. And placing a bit of pressure on the head. Again, just to decompress through the neck. Massaging that third eye, the spot between the eyebrows. And maybe gently lifting your hips up, away from the heels and bringing them back down. Placing a bit more pressure on the forehead. And then maybe starting to roll up towards the crown of your head, massaging the crown of the head. But again, another decompression through the neck. If you do feel pain or a tight sort of pinching in the neck, then just stop and don't do this pose. Otherwise, you could do a few more rocks forward and back along the crown of the head, maybe side to side again, massaging the forehead. You can just stay here, or you might like to interlace your fingers behind your back, letting your shoulders and elbows round forward. Stay here. Or you could even start to straighten your arms, extending the arms back and maybe up overhead. Noticing how this places, again, more weight on the forehead, a little bit more weight in the neck, increasing the compression a bit more. Come back to that child's pose and slowly just coming back into a tabletop position. We'll move through our cat and cow, inhaling to draw your lower belly down, opening the neck, so noticing if you are feeling a pinching in your neck when you look up, then just look forward. Exhale to round the spine, press your upper back towards the ceiling. Inhale to open your chest, peeling the chest open, keeping your neck long, just opening through that throat. Exhale to round your spine, chin towards chest, looking towards the belly button. So bring a bit of movement into the spine and still stretching out through the neck, creating a bit of a movement all up and down along that joint. Just moving with your breath, connecting the movements, finding the length, creating space. You can shake your hips out side to side, looking to one heel then the other, stretching out the side waists. We're going to start to make our way onto our backs now. Just flipping over and grabbing your block. So we're going to come into a fish pose. If you do know how to come into fish pose, do so. Otherwise, we'll first move into this supported variation where we put the block just between the shoulder blades. So you might need to adjust for a moment, having that block vertical. Make sure it's not digging into your shoulder blades or into your ribs. You should find a place where it kind of just settles nice and flat along the back. Arms can be wide. You might like to bring your arms a little bit wider, or maybe roll your shoulders back and down or away from each other a few times. Let the crown of your head come down onto the mat, or more just towards the back of the skull. So you're really lengthening through the throat. If you want to come up higher, bring the block up to that wide edge. And here I really want to make sure that block is right between the shoulder blades, so it's not digging into the spine. And again, you should just find a nice place where it can settle and you don't feel it digging into your bones or anything. Crown of the head rests again, so don't let your head just dangle here. Make sure it's in contact with the mat. Maybe this feels better and you find more of an opening through your neck, through the throat. And also opening into the chest, a bit of a back bend here. So these are the two supported variations you can choose. If you want to come up, always support the back of your neck with your hands. Bring your chin towards the chest and then push yourself up. And this last variation is your full fish pose if you choose to come into it. Bringing your hands flat underneath your buttocks. Press down to the elbows into your forearms to prop your chest up, and then just tipping back until the crown of your head rests onto your mat again. So if you do struggle to get into this pose, and a lot of people do on the first time, then just use the block and you do the supported variation. And you're still getting exactly the same stretch in your neck and in your throat. If you're coming out of fish pose, make sure you roll down the crown of the head and don't try to lift your head. So staying lying on your back, now we're going to use the tune-up balls. I'm just sitting up so I can show you. We want the balls to stay in the little bag, and we're bringing the balls on either side of the neck, and we're going to roll up and down, letting the balls glide up and down along the neck. So you're getting a bit of a massage here. So try just settling here, just with the blocks, without the block, and the balls just straight on the mat. Lying down, relaxing your head, and you can just stay here using the weight of the head, letting your neck start to melt into the balls. We can explore a bit of movement, nodding your head, yes, no, maybe dipping your chin towards your chest, maybe turning your head side to side, letting the balls shift positions along the neck, up and down, side to side, gently massaging here. If you aren't feeling anything here, grab your block and place the balls on top of your block, then rest your head on top of the balls. Otherwise, just stay here a little longer, maybe even adjusting the balls, gliding them a little further down. You can use your hands to adjust them, put them into a place where you actually feel tight. Help them glide down a little bit more, shift them down, maybe eventually getting to the tops of your shoulders. And again, you could explore a bit of movement with your head, side to side, up and down. Just keep exploring. So these roll and release techniques are really exploratory. There's really no specific spot where you need to roll, because everyone holds tension in different parts of their body. So we just use these verbal cues as a guide, but it's really up to you where you want to roll. You could get right into the tops of the shoulders. You'd stay there for a moment if your shoulders are quite tight, and just letting the shoulders start to soften and relax into the balls. Then once they're feeling a bit more open, you could explore a bit more movement, moving your shoulders side to side, maybe shrugging your shoulders up towards the ears and then away from the ears. Maybe even lifting your hips off the mat, kind of shimmying your way up and down along the mat. And just helping to release any tension there. You can stay as long as you wish in any of these positions. The shoulders do tend to be quite tight, so you might find you need a little bit longer in these areas. Once you're ready, just move the balls from behind your neck. Bring your head, your neck flat down on the mat. And bring those nods, the shakes of the head back into the neck. So we're noticing the difference, kind of checking in to see how the body is feeling now after rolling. Noticing any differences. Now we're going to place the block underneath the head. Using the block like a pillow to prop the head up. And just feeling the crown of the head on the hardness of the block. You could stay here. That pressure from the block may already be enough. Otherwise, now we're going to place the balls on top of the block. And we want the balls to be right under the base of the skull. again, the spine is just resting between the two balls. And this is a really good way to massage through that skull. And we're just staying here in center. Now, some people do have different structures, different shapes of the skull, so you might find that not using the block may be better. So you can try that. You might already be getting that pressure point, that massaging feeling without the block. Maybe placing your hands on your belly, just feeling the movement of the belly, the rise and fall with your natural breath. Letting your head relax into the block. It's a good idea to do this at the end of the day, before you're about to sleep, because it does make you quite rested and a little bit tired maybe. So it's a really good way to just wind down. Probably not a good idea if you need to drive straight afterwards. You could explore movement with your head, just gentle, tiny shakes of the head, nods of the head, or you can just stay here in stillness. Stay longer. You'll slowly start to find your way back with the head resting on the block again. Shakes of the head again, releasing, massaging the back of the head and noticing how it feels now. And moving your block out of the way, lying flat on your mat. And today I'm going to leave you here in Shavasana so you can take your time and rest as long as you need. Namaste.